Yeah. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. How y'all doing? Everyone joining, how you doing? Another builder, how are you? From Victor, welcome, everyone joining. Welcome, how you guys doing? Fizzy Pro Luxury here, P King, Frank Victor. Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining me on Winning with Customer Service today. And we're here, we're good to go. I have a guest, and my guest will soon be here. Co-work, how are you? Welcome. How are you guys doing? Welcome. Thank you for joining in. Yes, my guest is here already, and I'm sending him a request immediately. I'm sending him a request. Oh, Paul, Peter, you can send me a request to join, all right? And I would accept if that works well. Okay. So tonight I'm hosting Peter Kajovo. Peter Kajovo is a finance, branding, and customer experience expert. Him to introduce himself. Awuf Ninja, welcome. Tessa, welcome. I'm going to allow Peter to introduce himself when he comes on, and we'll meet him and then be able to learn from him tonight. Tonight, we want to learn from Peter how we can win with customer service. Like I was saying earlier on, while I wait for him to join, Peter works with one of the major multinationals. Yay! My brother, how are you?
I well, good evening to you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening, bro. How are you today? Welcome.
Thank you for having me. It
Thank you. How's your day been?
was a good day in Lagos. Fair weather. Was a good day. We can't complain. How's yours?
Mine is fantastic. Good to know. First things first, Peter is a worry boy. I must claim him. He's my
I've come to Lagos to repackage.
yes, but Peter is a worry boy.
Ah,
So for those who don't know, Peter is a worry boy. Peter, let's meet you. Let's the guests, our viewers, let them meet you properly. What part of you do
all
you
right.
want them to meet?
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name, as introduced earlier, is Peter Kajovo. I'm originally from Warri, but now I'm from Banana Island. Okay, that was on a lighter note. Okay, I work with a multinational, specifically a telco organization here in Lagos, Nigeria, the biggest telco brand in Nigeria, in Africa, as it were. I've had a career of about 10 years that has spanned customer service. I did 5 years in finance, and for the past 5 years, 6 years, I've been in marketing for the biggest brand in Nigeria. That's how my career has spanned so far. Yes, I'm from Delta State, originally from Warri. I'm just a happy soul. I love the good life. I love traveling. I love good food, and I love clean spaces. Yeah, so I really love clean spaces. I like places that are very aesthetically pleasing. So that's it in a nutshell. I like football and music. All right.
Nice. Anybody who follows you knows that Peter loves the good life and actually loves clean spaces. Um, Fortunate also, your job, has been able to take you to these places while you do your marketing and all. You're moving around some of this. Just to point out, in the last Nations Cup, Peter was around Africa, delivering
Yeah.
for his brand. And that's where I'm going to take my first question from.
All
Peter,
right.
from what you've observed, traveling across Africa and across the world, where are we failing in customer service? What is, no, let me not say failing. What is our major challenge as Nigerians in customer service?
It's a very, very, very touchy question because when you go to places across even Africa and across the world, the way you are treated, the way you are received, the way you are served by either individuals or businesses is a world apart. So you go to places where as simple as common courtesy. simple as greeting, hello, as simple as introductory remarks or questions, even introductory names, exchanges, even as simple as titles, calling people or addressing them the right titles. So these are basic things that we see across the world. But when you come to Nigeria, some parts of Nigeria, I cannot just ring fence Nigeria and say we're all bad. But if you go to places like the public service, you go to places like some private sector and even some multinationals that don't have the right culture, you see where there is a lot of lack. You see where people are not treated well, people are not served well. Even people that are trying to pay, they're trying to use your money to acquire something or a service or a product. And most times you see the representative of the brands, they are not, they don't understand the concept of service. They don't
True.
understand that the customer is here to be served, and the customer has a right for the to demand and receive the right service per time. So it's really a sad place when anytime I come back home in Nigeria and you see where even right from the airport, you see where our service is shitty, our airports are not well kept, the ACs are not working. Everybody's looking for you to hand them a tip or the other. They don't understand that you have money in your pocket or understand your personal situation. So we're all looking out for quick wins, quick monetary gains, and leaving out how the recipient is
Them
perceiving our
experience.
service. The experience itself for the customer. So I think if we begin as a country, even as individuals, business owners, employees, career professionals, even as a nation, if we begin to understand the parts of people service, and it's the same thing that still trickles down to our governance. Our governance, they don't understand that they are there to serve the people.
Mm,
So from the hierarchy, from the presidency to the local government, even so as I don't use the word mania as the gateman or the security person,
mm.
they don't understand we're all that. I'm serving my customer through my organization. I'm serving my customer. Either they are direct customer to the brand, or either they are even my colleagues or my co-workers or my
True.
stakeholders. I'm serving. And any of my action is reflective of my brand. So if we begin to see customer service as a tool to position the brand, as a tool to win your customer, to gain loyalty, to drive brand value, I think even the narrative of Nigeria as a country will begin to change. You don't go to school where somebody's sitting on your document, or you don't go to a public service and or a parastatal or an office where there's so much bureaucracy, nobody's on the taking cognizance of the urgency or
Yeah.
speed to do things, speed to market. So nobody. So when we begin to elevate our thinking and understand that the entirety of Nigeria were all meant to serve one another,
Yeah.
I think we'll begin to look at that from the leadership. It goes from top bottom. So
Yeah.
when it goes from the leadership to even the grassroots, even in our own smaller ecosystem, we begin to effect a change as a country.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So you've spoken about it as Nigeria, but from your view traveling across Africa and across the world, like I mentioned earlier, is this problem particular to Nigeria? Because you hear most Nigerians say, "Oh, it's not just us; it's a black thing." Is it really a black thing from your experience?
Well, maybe sometimes in my trips, sometimes you can, when you have access or you have some form of, I don't think we use the word money literally, you can create some kind of experiences that may not reflect the day-to-day experience.
Oh yeah,
So I may travel to certain places and maybe because I have access and or maybe I have money or I have set up, I may have not experienced the nitty-gritty of everything that happens in the country. But from the experience I've gathered, a lot of countries they do better. I won't lie. Even as
yeah,
simple as even Benin Republic, Togo, Ivory Coast, Abidjan. If you can stretch to Kenya, South Africa. You see these countries. I think they do well in terms of customer service, especially the ones that have tourism tied to their national income. The way
yeah,
they treat people, the way they receive people, they have the understanding that these people are here to better their. They understand the value exchange that I
yeah,
serve and I'm getting value in return. So it impacts our economy. If we don't give out the right value, don't give out the right service, the bottom line is eroded. So the GDP the revenue to the company to the contracts it was eroded. So I would say Nigeria, we are particularly unique. I don't want to say we are bad, but we are a unique set of people that there's a lot of room for improvement. We can get better. We can deliver more. As a Nigerian, I'm in Nigeria, and I've seen terrible services, and I've seen where I, even with my money, sometimes you wonder why you speaking to me like that. I'm paying for this. Most especially, you go to public sector, it is a mess. You go sometimes and or some low ranking private hospitals. You wonder, is this person working here or is this person working for free? So the root of problem in customer service as a Nigerian talking to Nigerians is we need to understand nation building. We need to understand how our actions impact the value chain. So anything I'm doing is not just me taking an action. There's a ripple effect across the value chain. So I'm taking this action, it affects this person, it affects the perception of the brand or the country or the business or even me as a person. So Nigeria, we are unique. We can get better. There's a whole lot room for improvement. So just a case in point is where you see a governor or a president coming to Lagos as an example, coming to commission something, and they will lock from the airport roads through Oshodi, through Third Mainland Bridge. They will just lock everywhere.
I
So,
understand
so
what you're talking
that's
about.
terrible service. That's
Yeah.
terrible service because you are inconveniencing road users. So a lot of people that are on the road,
Your
yeah,
customers.
you're causing so much. Yeah, they're your customers.
So,
Either they are called
so,
Nigerians.
so, so
Yeah,
leaders, Paul,
yeah.
Peter, sorry to cut you.
No
So
worries, go
leaders
ahead.
must realize that the electorate, their people, their
Hmm.
citizens are actually their customers,
Absolutely, absolutely. So I can't
and
keep my
begin to
cost.
serve them better.
Absolutely. So they'll start seeing leadership as servant leadership. You are not
Mm.
there for us to give you brand new cars to open doors for you. You are there to open doors for the nation. You are there to serve the nation. You are there to ensure we have electricity, we have power. So when you begin to look at leadership as a servanthood, I think things will begin to change. A president will not be coming to Lagos and locks down the bridge and keeps a citizen in traffic for 5, 10, 15 hours. I think that orientation will begin to change.
So the customer service problem, from what you have said, Peter, is in Nigeria, as a case study, is a value stain. It's something that needs to be changed in our value system as Nigeria.
Absolutely.
Because what you have
Absolutely.
just said about governance, Peter, let me go to an area that people usually don't like to touch. Even if you go to the religious sectors, you will
Absolutely.
see that leaders who are supposed to serve are the ones who are lording it over the people they are supposed to serve.
It's a problem that has crept over through all the fabrics of society.
True.
So there's no place that is isolated. You go to church, the same sometimes or mosque or whatever place of worship, you see the same thing because we're humans. It's the same person in church that will still be in the office tomorrow. You
True.
see some pastors, you see them stepping on people's head or doing some funny things. A pastor, you will treat the pastor this way, but the members in church, you treat them the opposite direction. So it's the same attitude that still goes through the rank. Yeah.
Families, even in
Yes,
families.
it does. It does happen. It does happen. And we will not we give it gets to a point where we give selected experience. So I may come, I'm Dangote, I will go to this place A, I will get a totally different experience because
Yeah,
of maybe my reputation, who I am, what
because
I
of who you
have,
are.
yes, what they perceive, the influence I command. And person B will come to that same place. Maybe maybe they will just judge from the outward perspective that, oh, they may not have money. And the
Yeah.
person is treated differently. Or you go to places, sometimes in our churches too, where you are coming with this kind of car, you park here. You park inside the church premises. You come with a certain kind of car, nobody will answer you, they just turn you back, go and
Yeah,
find where to
back.
park.
Go look for somewhere to
So
park.
just nobody will send your papa, go look for somewhere to park. So it happens across social places, religious places, events, offices. So across the woven of society, we have this thing happen across board, and
So
it's quite sad.
if we must must correct customer service in Nigeria, then we must change first our value systems.
Absolutely.
I'm going to put that in.
Absolutely.
If we must correct customer service in Nigeria, we must change our value systems. Peter Kajovo.
Yeah, we do. I really agree because in time past they'll tell you that charity begins at home. So
Yeah.
if from the house, from our homes, we are not able to retweak what we hold as value, if we're unable to understand that serving people is part of what makes us human, if we don't start to understand that we are not just here to somebody say nobody send your Camry.
Your Camry.
but that's it. Come with a G wagon. A friend of mine bought a G 63 yes about 2 days ago, a brand new G wagon, and he just posted on his story that he went to a club or something that they asked him to park inside. So he naturally shouted, "So people can park inside, Abi." Why did they give him a different service?
Yeah.
Because he came with a different kind of car, and people judged by that and told him to park inside. So until we begin to look again and start thinking, changing our thinking that we should not just look at our customers and evaluate them based on our outward perception, based on what we see or we just perceive. A lot of people make that mistake. You see a customer, you see a client, and you just look the person head to toe, and you like, this person doesn't have money, or you just assume this guy not gonna get money like that. See face, not to get money. And there are times that we miss opportunities because people can come dressed in a particular format, and you just judge them and you miss those opportunities.
True. So I tell people at my trainings that when you attend to somebody before you know who they are, that is customer service.
Absolutely.
But when you attend to them after you know who they are, based on who, that is eye service.
You got it out of my mouth. Eye service.
Yes, there's a thin line between customer service and eye service.
Absolutely, I agree.
There should be no selected experience. The experience should be the same. It should be basic. Cross board.
Yeah, true. I agree. True. I agree.
Fantastic. So we have talked a lot about the challenges of customer service in Nigeria, and like I mentioned to you, I put that down. If we must improve customer service in Nigeria, we must improve our value systems as Nigerians.
Absolutely.
That's by right. I'm going to do a flyer on that after the class. So, but you've worked in mostly your customer service is mostly B2B, and now that we are talking, we talked about the customer service, the whole essential in our fabric. But you know that in the private sector where you have played over a decade now, it is a bit better and improved. What is it that private sector are doing that makes customer service improve B2B in Nigeria? For those that don't know what B2B means, business.
So critically, just to put it in the context, my organization, we do both B2B and B2C. So we also speak to call. We have over 70 million plus customers in Nigeria at the moment. So we do lots of customers. So I think what make us stand out from a customer service or a customer experience point of view is the understanding that one customer can change the face of our business. So we understand the value of one customer. One customer has the power to turn 100 people against you, and the ripple effect continues, and your business begins to see those numbers hitting the business, and the revenue is eroded, value is eroded, and the business will shut down. So the point where you begin to ignore that one customer, there's a bank that used to have this tagline, the one customer bank. Yeah. So the point you begin to remove, I just one customer, I just two customers, you begin to lose the value inherent in the multiplicity of a customer. A customer can go, and now social media is very strong. A customer can go online and just say, oh, I had a great service with this brand, or I had a great service with this product. Guess what? Somebody is ordering the product, and sometimes conversations are not even held. I saw on Twitter about 2 days ago, somebody was just posting perfume recommendations. I did not speak to that person. I don't know that person. But the person started speaking about the perfume. Guess what? I did a screenshot of the three of those perfumes, and I sent to my person and said, I need these perfumes. Because the person just sold because of his or our own customer experience
yes,
of that brand. So as a brand, we are very key on the experience of that one individual that can change the business. Because again, when you begin to look at your customer, that one customer, as the entirety of your business, that you need to serve that customer in the best way that can reflect your brand and can bring repeat customer, can lead to referrals. I think it changes for us. So for where I work, we treat every customer special. Yes, there are always category of customers based on lifestyle, interest, spend, and all that. However, there must be a fundamental basic for all customers across border. This is a basic experience customer will get. The customer doesn't need to have money or know somebody for the customer to do, as an example, SIM swap, or the customer to be able to recharge, or a customer
Yeah.
to maybe if he has one or two issues to have those resolution. Or there's a line you can call, and you can call 247 and
And
somebody
it's
is on the
for
other
everybody.
side. Yes, it's open to everybody. Not that, oh, because you spend 1 million a month, you can be able to call. And if you don't spend 1 million a month, you can't call that line. Or just go work on your own. No. So that basic standpoint that every customer deserves this access. Every customer deserves this quality of service. You don't say, oh, Dangote can make a call at this moment, and in Kechi, in Anambra, because the person is spending 500 a month, cannot make a call. That is not a good customer experience. So that fundamental benchmark for what a service should be, for what a value should be, or if you make your call, if you're able to dial once, no matter who you are, where you are. If you want to browse or join on Instagram, you're able to do that no matter what you have, or your account balance, or your data, or your airtime balance. So when we have that fundamental benchmark, I think things begins to change for us. So as a brand, we look at it from that perspective, have those benchmarks of what we want our customers to experience, and we really, really take into key consideration the perception of the brand. So we every time, periodically, quarterly, sometimes it used to be about monthly or quarterly recently, we check what our customer perceive the brand to be like. So
Mm.
if customer is saying, oh, these people used to do like this, we'll go back and start working. What do we do to change the perception of the customers? What are the things we need to put in place? There's one time our brand, people would say, oh, your things are too expensive. Oh, can you call? So what we did, we went back. How do we ensure that the products our customers are getting, they are value for money? So to be competitive. Oh, you are too expensive. So we need to go. So taking feedback from the customer, working on those feedback and returning value to the customer is something my brand is very, very good at. And that's what is making us have that leadership in the industry we have currently in Nigeria. So it's taking those inputs, serving the customer
Feedback.
regardless of, yeah,
Feedback.
feedback.
Taking
Yes. So
feedback
it's a
and
closed loop.
using
Yeah, so it's a closed loop. The customer, you are serving the customer is giving you feedback, you're taking that feedback and you're
improving.
improving on your customer service. So is that ongoing
Yeah.
journey of improvement? Yes, I think that makes a huge difference.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us on that continuous improvement. I tell my people during training that feedback is breakfast of champions. If you
Absolutely.
must win and if you must lead in your industry, then feedback must be your food at every time. Talking about feedback, I want us to talk about managing customer complaints. We all saw and followed the story of VDBM or VBDM now. Very dark guy. I can't remember we had the story of himself and one brand. That was a customer complaining, and then the brand was not listening, and then that guy stepped in, and at the end of the day, it led to brand. They criticized the brand, and then led to the brand closure.
Backlash and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. How should we, no, tell us first, how do you guys manage customer complaints? Because you guys are a huge brand, and with that comes with a whole lot. You just told us now that you use that as feedback, but then give us a typical scenario of how you manage customer complaints when it goes beyond the complaints and becomes a criticism when the customer is not interested in getting a result from you, but they're just complaining, they also want to tarnish your image. How do you manage that?
Okay, sorry. I think a couple of calls were coming when you were speaking. So, but if I get you correctly, you're saying how do you manage the customer experience? Please take that question again. Complaint. Customer complaints.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, um, just like every other business, using mine as a case study, every customer complaint, For a customer to come complain to you as a brand, that means they want to continue using your service. They want you as a brand to get better in what you deliver to them so they can have that continued experience and they can't spend more money on the brand. So when you have that fundamental thinking that a customer coming to complain or air their challenges or concern, they're not trying to run down my business. They are giving me feedback to ensure I get better, to grow my business. So I think it begins to change the narrative. It's just the way you see it, the perception that you have as the business servant, or if you are in politics, as the national serving the nation or your country or county or your city or whatever you are. So when you begin to see that everything is how you get better as a business, I think it begins to change. So a customer comes and complains and say, "Oh, I cannot recharge," or "I cannot do this." So the thought is, okay, what is the challenge? How do you receive the customer? What are the words of comfort, of assurance, of empathy that you give to this customer? So if you cannot empathize the customer, then you shouldn't be in business. There's a popular, I think, a Chinese proverb that says, "Anybody that doesn't smile should not open a shop." So if you're not able to smile, welcome your customer, empathize with them and say, "Oh, I understand how this makes you feel," apologize, even if it means for you to give them discount or incentives. "Oh, I know you've lost this value. Okay, take this. Oh, your rice. Yeah, your rice poor for ground because of my sales girl. Oh, take another rice or take extra cup of drink." So it depends on the field you are playing. If you are able to start situating the perception or the experience of the customer and mirroring what they see, what they experience. Because there's a lot of times if you are sitting on this side of the divide, you are blinded by a lot of things. You are blinded by your emotion. You are blinded by a lot of things. You are seeing the customer as almost, "Oh, just come and pay money and go." But when you start learning to look at the other flip side, understanding the importance of your customer in your value chain, things will begin to change. And sadly, sometimes it's some of our low level, I'm not talking about my company now, I'm just saying generally. Sometimes it's some of our front facing staff, unfortunately, are the ones that are least paid. And when they are least paid, they are not happy, they are disgruntled, they're not getting good pay, or maybe at 50K they pay them, everything doesn't have transport. So they are not.
So they vent their frustration on the customers.
Absolutely. So when you tell them, "Oh, you're going to bring it speaking English. Oh, the customer is king. Customer is king," and you're not taking care of your staff that should take care of the king. See, that's where Richard Branson got it well with his brand, Virgin. He said, "I take care of my staff because I know if I take care of my staff, they will take care of my customers." So we'll begin to also tie in these ends to understand that even those are representative of the brand, they need to be well catered for, so that they can be able to deliver this required service to our customers. Because I kid you not, someone that is hungry, you've not eaten, or you trek to office. You trek to office, you try to smile to your customer. It takes the grace of God. It takes the grace of God to say, "Oh, this person has the heart of the business to smile." So when we begin to look at all these things, it ties home lots of levers there: the organization structure, the organization remuneration, the culture of the organization. If it's a toxic place, you cannot expect excellence to come out from a toxic place. So if it's a culture of love, a culture of family, community, a culture of togetherness, they have the right values as an organization, and not just having the right values as shattered on the wall. There are values that they can live, can live and breathe in, especially from the top down. So you don't keep those values for people.
Treat your staff wrong and expect them to treat your customers right.
Exactly. You cannot be a terrible business owner or a terrible president and expect to have excellent citizens.
Not possible. Oh, you took it there.
No, I'm just saying. So because it's the same thread that goes across. It's the same thread that goes. So you can't have this person that is a nonsense person, and you expect people that will come out of the country to. Yes, there are places they can be people that are high flyers that can just be different. But from a fundamental point of view, if the fruit it doesn't differ from the tree. If the tree is corrupt, the fruit will be same. So from a nationhood point of view, we'll begin to see and understand that everything we're doing is contributing to how the country is being seen, how our business is being seen, and the value, the bottom line of the business.
Okay, we heard you to the point where a call was coming in and you cut off.
Yeah.
Okay, good point. Good point. So I want to ask you three quick questions before we go. What do business owners watching this live now need to do to make their customer service stand out?
Yeah, so there are a lot of points that we can go over. But I think for business owner, depending on the scale of your business, it might be a small scale business, might be a large scale business. So I think what fundamentally we need to do is like what Richard Branson did. Start from taking care of your staff.
Mm,
So you take care of your staff will be able to imbibe the right culture in the workplace, and they get the right culture, trust me, unless that staff is from the pit of hell,
yeah,
unless that staff was just sent from the village to just torment you. If
secure your
your
business.
staff, yes, if your staff are well catered for and you have the right culture in your organization, chances are your customers will be taken care of. So I will lead from how we take care of our old customers, which are internal staff, then the culture of the organization. So is the organization where are free to speak up? Is the organization where are free to express? Is the organization where are free to show some leadership? Is that an organization that can give feedback to management and they will listen? So if
And
management
not
doesn't, you
minds you.
get. So if management is not listening to my feedback as me, their internal customer, how do they expect me to listen to our external customers? So my thought is treat your staff well, develop the right culture and structure in place, because sometimes the customer experience can have to do with the structure of the business. So sometimes we
Yeah.
need the right structure in place to, oh, if this happens, what should be the necessary course of action? If this happens, who should be responsible for this? If this happens, where is the escalation line? If this happens, can we easily be contacted? Can we easily be notified? Can our DMs on Instagram is easily reachable? Can
Yeah.
somebody ring our phones? Yeah, is that active? Can we are we putting phone numbers there that they will call and say the number is not existing, or is somebody from my Jangbadi that will pick the call? So I don't come up for that business 5 years ago. So how accessible is are the businesses, small scale, large scale? How accessible are we? The structure, who, when, what. So who's supposed to respond? What is the turnaround time? When is the feedback due to the customer? Are the process automated? Maybe automated SMSs or automated emails to keep the customer abreast of, oh, we're resolving your issues. Oh, don't think we forgot about you. This is what happened. We're coming back to you. Either somebody's
Yeah.
calling or the automated SMS or phone or emails. However way we can communicate to the customer, I think is essential for how we're able to provide the right experience for customers.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much, Peter. But I will not let you go until I ask you what has been your worst customer experience, worst customer service experience, and then what has been your best. I think we need to showcase both sides.
Yeah, yes. I think it will take me back to when I was in my customer service era for my brand. I think my worst customer experience. Generally, I'm a very chilled person, so I know how to bond with people. I know how to manage my customers. So I grew up from a background where my parents were both business people. They had businesses and shops and all that. So I grew up trading with them. So I already know how to handle people. So managing people for me, it's like a hand in the glove.
Mm.
So my worst customer experience I had when I moved to Lagos as I worked with my brand was a case where a customer called somewhere at night, maybe 2, 3 a.m. And I think Messi was playing pornography at the background. He didn't even talk anything. He just played porn at the background. So I think that was my craziest experience I've ever had. That was my craziest experience I ever had. But generally, I understand empathy because I was raised to treat people well. So I understand even someone
Yeah.
is angry or an irate customer. I know how to manage the customer and to win my customer.
Mm.
I'm someone that has learned how to go all out. I can go all out for my customers and to ensure that they are satisfied. Pull all the rocks down to ensure my customers. And it has filtered through. I went through finance to my career. I'm now in marketing. I have different kinds of customers. Until date, I still imbibe that value to ensure I go all out, whether it's B2B or B2C customers I have. So my worst one was the customer calling somewhere around 2, 3 a.m. playing pornography. And he didn't say anything. I think that was one of my shittiest customer experience. I have a lot of light bulb moments that it fills me to peak. I've served people with love. I've served people with all of my heart, and I've seen results. I've even served my friends. Sometimes you can give a good experience to people around you. So
Yeah.
sometimes again, it's not about just business. How are you giving experience to those in your life and your ecosystem? Yeah. So for the best customer experience, what will I say? Best customer experience I have. Which one will I pick? Hmm. There are a lot. So
One.
there are a lot. There are a lot. I think one of them that stood out for me was not even what I did, was how some of my friends have celebrated me for being a good friend, for serving them. There was one of my friends one time. He sent me 500,000. Allah, what happened now? Out of the blue. He just told me for being a good friend. And I've served, not necessarily served. There are simple things. So okay, like that. Let me give you the example now. What happened? This is my friend. He bought a car, a very good car. So I have plugs. I know people a lot. I have plugs for different kind of things. So everybody car.
That's the
Peter,
worry,
Peter, Peter, I want to make
worry boy spirit.
you
Now.
know
Worry
now,
boy, yeah,
we
you
need a
always.
job, we need to carry last, so we get plug. So, so I've seen this my friend grow at different levels of his life. And when Inter buys a car, Peter, they help me. Oh. I don't know how to do insurance. I don't know how to do car registration. And he calls me and bam, bam, bam. I don't call one or two people. I don't sort them. From the blue one, they just sent me 500,000. I'm like, what happened? Say thank you for being a good friend. Say you've
Yeah.
gone over and beyond for me, even with things that you should not do, but you just added value to me. And
Mm.
you just actually just sent me 500,000. So I think that was one of the, it's not work, but it's one of the very touchy experiences I've received from a friend.
Fantastic, fantastic. We cannot overemphasize the need for customer service in everything that we do. We've talked a lot
Absolutely.
about, yeah, about customer service in nation building, customer service even in the spiritual sector, in our personal lives, how we need to make it become a culture. Let me read this again that you said, so that those that are just joining in and those at the back can hear. Peter said, if we must improve customer service in Nigeria, we must improve our value systems, right? So that we value serving others, value delayed gratification, value, all the things that relate to delivering quality customer service. He also said that we must not give selected experiences. What that means is we must not give him good experience because, oh, I know him, he's Dangote, so I treat him well. No, there's a thin line between customer service and eye service. When you begin to give selected experience, it's eye service. But when you give the same experience across board, that would be, good customer service. He also talked about building culture and structure for your business. Your business must have the culture of that business, and then you must also have a structure that is the backbone of that culture that is running in your business. Thank you so much, Peter Kajovo.
Thank
For those
you.
who don't know Peter already,
Mm.
Peter is a warrior. Lagos will take care from us.
Banana Island doesn't take me away. So I want to say thank you to everyone that joined on the call too. So without you, would not be here. I've seen a lot of people, Daniel, Emmanuel, a couple of names, Kashiwan, a lot of people that have joined the call.
Yeah,
Uh,
Daniel Otabo was
yeah,
here.
Daniel Tabo is yeah. So a couple of people that have joined the call. Thank you, Tomiwa and Co. Please, thank you for joining the call. It's my honor.
Thank,
Hey, Perry Jason, thank you.
thank you, everyone. Thank you, Peter, for agreeing to do this with me. I truly appreciate you.
You're welcome,
Great,
sir.
great guy. Peter is someone you should have in your corner. Everyone, Peter is one guy you should have in your corner. I'm not saying this because he's here. I'm saying this because I know. I
I know
know
some
Peter.
better person. I know me. I know.
You know how
So
I
it's
feel.
not a.
first. It was through. It was Smart Bcam
Yes,
those days. Oh,
yes.
John
It
Obi,
was Smart Cam.
this Smart Bcam used to be a very. That was the pioneering days. Used to be an active member.
Yeah, true
Quite
that,
fun.
sir.
You know,
Yeah,
you're from Maria and all that. Well
yeah.
done. Well,
Thank you.
that's a great
Uh,
guy. Yes. So if you need anything customer service, you can talk to me. You can talk to Peter. If you need your staff trained on delivering proper customer service, I'm your go-to guy. You can
if you
also
need
reach.
money, you can call me.
If you have customers, if you have, a lot of people know organizations whose customer service are terrible. They know the owners of the organization. The owners might not be able to do anything. Some you have spoken to them to say, "Oh God, this thing is going on." Refer them to us. Tell them Chegumane can do customer service training for your staff and make sure that the culture begins to change gradually. Training is like baiting. You don't bait once at the end. You keep baiting over time, become cleaner and
Coming.
cleaner and cleaner. Right? Thank you so much, Peter. Let me let you go. I know you have had a busy day and you have other things to do. The program is Winning with Customer Service. On Thursday again, we will come in with another guest where we'll be sharing other angles on how you can win in your business with customer service. Peter, have a good night. God bless you,
Thank
brother.
you. Bye
All
bye.
right.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, everyone. The video will be reposted on my status and I will tag Peter to it so we can watch it later for those of us just joining. I see all of you. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful night and then you can join. If you didn't get it, this is a video you must watch. You should watch it from the beginning. It's going to be on my timeline so you can watch it again. All right? Awesome. Have a good night.